Welcome to the Ask JT podcast, where we simplify tax, finance, and business decisions for UK business owners. I'm Justin Turner, an accountant, business owner, and author. I'm going to share practical advice and help you run your business more efficiently and keep more of what you earn. Hello everyone, it's Justin. I want to talk to you today a little bit about the benefits of electric vehicles in company car schemes. Electric cars, I think it's the future really. The government are saying we need to reduce our carbon emissions, and people are asking about what about electric cars. In the past, people have had company car schemes and they've offered these to employees, but with tax changes, the government have really changed the goalposts and made it they've incentivized electric vehicles. So let's delve into how electric vehicles are going to kind of help reshape company car schemes and how they're going to offer tax advantages and also keep your employees on side as well, because there is a great advantage to it. So the government's sort of zero emissions mandate, I suppose, is the pivotal part to all of this. For us as company owners with employees, we're now in a position where actually cars and vans that we're looking to, we want them to be emission free. One of the kind of the key advantages is, offering electric vehicles and company car schemes. It's not only supporting the environment, but there's these tax incentives for both the business and also the employees. So one of the key things in all of this is EVs attract a much lower benefit in kind rate. At the moment, it's 3%. It is due to slowly creep up over time, but the very small increases, we're going to go to 3, 4, and then 5%. Is actually tremendous value for money. I've just bought a Tesla actually recently and put it through the company. Benefit in kind, it's not a very big tax charge per year. Just 3% of the value of the vehicle is the benefit in kind, then multiply it by the tax rate. So really, really great. If we compare that to, let's not go for a gas guzzling car, but I looked at it was a Toyota Yaris hybrid for somebody. And even though it's ultra low emissions, it was still going to attract 17% benefit in kind. The benefit in kind is what your employee will be paying on their tax. So actually offering these vehicles is really, really great. Now, one of the great things of it is that companies can offset the 100% of the lease payments of the vehicle against their corporation tax. If you're buying a vehicle, then you can have the full cost of the purchase of the vehicle. On a lease payment, there is a bit of a perk where you can actually recover 50% of the VAT in certain situations. Do talk to a professional about that before doing it. I think one of the kind of hidden aspects for a business is that the fact that they can cut their fuel consumption down. Electricity is cheaper than filling up. I think that's been long established now. So actually, if you have got vans on the road in particular, actually offering that might really bring down the fuel cost as well. I think it's quite surprising in a lot of situations is that company vans, they don't actually do a huge amount of mileage during a working day, and we don't need big sort of fuel tanks in order to do that. So I think there is a kind of a really good case, a business case for it as well. So one of the great things I think with all of this is if you're a company owner and you've got members of staff, you can offer something called a salary sacrifice scheme, whereby you can give employees access to EV vehicles, electric vehicles, through a salary sacrifice. And they go onto like a portal, they can look down the list of cars and they can see the monthly payments for each car. They can then exchange some of their salary. So they can take a pay cut in effective to all of this. They can take a pay cut in order to get that electric vehicle. This is particularly advantageous for both employees and employees. Employees, they save some tax. It's particularly good for those who might be in a position where they're having to repay some child benefit, or the higher earners up at 100,000 where they might be losing their personal allowance. For the employers, it's great because you're reducing down the total salary cost, and therefore it saves you employers' national insurance. I have seen some companies actually giving the employers' national insurance saving back to their employees as almost like a car allowance to do with it, which is a really nice kind of thing to incentivize the great staff who work for us. So One of the great things I think with salary sacrifice, other than buying a vehicle, is that generally, not always the case, but some of the better schemes in the UK they'll cover the insurance, all kind of maintenance, and they've also got kind of other parts to it, so such as a specialist insurance that if a member of staff leaves, that they'll be able to take the vehicle back without any financial penalty as well. I think integrating, just to give a bit of balance to this, integrating electric vehicles into companies, it doesn't come without headaches, I suppose. It's a whole different way of thinking. I think in the past, we've had maybe fleets of cars and vans. We've got fuel cards. We issue those fuel cards to the members of staff. They go to a petrol station. It's really easy. I think there are some infrastructure issues that we need to overcome, creating a policy. What happens if a member of staff's out on the road and they need to charge? There is a plethora of charging companies out there. It seems to have, I have about 25 apps for charging my electric vehicle. So it does become a bit of a headache. Also putting chargers in at the workplace as well. It's quite a nice little advantage is that if someone is charging at the workplace, then they don't have to there's no benefit in kind on that. Anyway, that's been just a really quick overview of electric vehicles, but I hope that's been helpful. Definitely look into salary sacrifice schemes for electric vehicles, and build that into part of your business strategy. It's going to be definitely the future. And don't forget to subscribe to my podcast. Thanks. Bye. Thanks for listening to the Ask JT podcast. Subscribe for a weekly episode, and if you found this useful, share it with a fellow business owner who might benefit.